This is Star Ocean 3 till the end of time, or Star Ocean 3, or Star Ocean till the end of time. But yes, it's been called the worst of the franchise. Pretty much whatever. Honestly, this is the first game in the series that I played through and beat, so maybe that's why it has a special place in my heart, but also, I don't know, it's just really fun. Especially later in the game, it gets a lot better. I'm not saying that now is bad, especially now that I have item creation, it's a lot better, but there's still room for improvements, we'll put it that way. So, I'm a little out of it. I've been sick all week and I've still been trying to work. And I have indulged in the relaxation medication, and I'm not completely there. That's alright though. Whoever is, right? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, if I recall correctly, now that we got the copper, the Dragon Brigade and all that fun stuff, we have to go to Castle Aquaria. This is gonna be a semi-short part, just because I'm gonna do the main events on camera. But, you know what, I'm gonna show something else first. Just to fluff up the video a little bit. The reason why it's going to be kind of a shorter video, unless I was to do some side battles like this, is that there's a chance to meet Adre, however you pronounce his name, the giant swordsman who also was oddly good at casting spells. If you recruit him, he's part of your team for the war. He'll become part of your team later, but, you know, as temporary, he's part of your team for the war that's coming up. However, the war doesn't start till you go to Arius. So in that time between Castle Aquaria and Arius, he's on your team. He's another inventor. Because think about it, everybody's an inventor. So, speaking of inventors, who do I have? Do I have everybody?
Select a name to display information on an inventor.
Oh no. I didn't get the golden curry yet, so I can't do Rigel. I didn't get the book of... I can't get that until the Shrine of Kadan. Okay. And Gossip. Where is he? Oh, he's in, he's in Paternity. I'll pick him up in a little bit. Yeah. So, the reason why, though, I want to do other things is because I need a Dre for more smithing. I want to get everybody some better weapons because right now I'm severely underpowered. I like to be able to make sure that I'm confidently leveled, not, like, barely hanging on. And at this level right now, I feel like I'm just going to be barely holding on. This is a hard dungeon, don't get me wrong. This is actually a bonus dungeon. As a strategy guide to the game points out, that... Why aren't they attacking? Oh, they have their weakness to attack? Weird. Now the strategy points out, though, that there wasn't, there was always one of the, bonus dungeons or whatever in the other Star Ocean games. But this one, instead of doing one big dungeon, it actually has a couple. I don't want to say a number and be wrong, but I want to say 3, but it could be 4. Because there's the Superior Gardens, which is where I am. There's the Maze of Tribulations, which is pretty much the same dungeon through everything. And there's the Ursa Cave Lava Temple, 3, and then there's the rest of Sphere 211, so technically it's 4 dungeons, even though 2 of them are just expansions of dungeons you kind of explore. Because, you go into the Ursa Cave Temple, but you don't ever go down to the bottom, or whatever it is. There's an extra puzzle, that has a whole bunch of stuff. There's another boss there, all that fun stuff. And same thing with crud, with Sphere 211. Sphere 211 is only accessible for like the bonus levels after you beat the game, which is why it's considered a bonus dungeon. This dungeon, if you can't tell by where I am right now, this dungeon's accessible as soon as you get to the Arisa Fields. However, you need to be a much higher level to actually handle it without dying like crazy. That's actually why I'm gonna have her heal us constantly. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna have her. That's not a maybe. Maybe is I might be able to actually do some of this right now, other than exploration.
Here I go.
Let's take them.
Nice play.
Well, if you're gonna take them, then go for it too. Come on, come on now.
Beetles! Shockwave!
But yeah, so the Trey's gonna help me get some more smithing because I don't want to get into power. I'd actually rather be overpowered so I can walk through this game like nothing. Oh?
Lend a hand.
Heal her.
Healing! Shadow Wave!
Oh, we still did it.
I'd have preferred a more worthy opponent.
Again, all of that battle, only 230 experience. Oh great, trapped myself over here. Alright, fine. Up there's the first of many puzzles. I'm going to show what the puzzle looks like, and then I'm going to... Oh, snap. Yeah, I'm going to show what these puzzles look like, and then I'm going to leave because I can't do all of these puzzles. I mean, some of them I can't. Look at this. Like, pretty much, if you ever played, like, Rush Hour, this game's like Rush Hour, or this puzzle's like Rush Hour, except you don't want to move every single block. Like, I can move that one and be okay. I move that blue block, I can't ever go there, you see? Once you get to the top, as long as you don't step on those things, you can just get right on through. Maybe? Oh, snap. Can you not pass through until... That changes things up. I don't remember this dungeon very well. Plus, also, when I did it back on the PS2, I was using the strategy guide for everything. I mean, everything. So... This is actually me, obviously not glancing at the strategy guide at all, so that's why I'm getting lost and not knowing what I'm doing. Although I'm almost at 30% on this thing. Yeah, it's time to leave. out a way to go this way. Oh, snap. So that's what I'm saying, that, like, I never figured stuff out like that on my own. When I was younger, Although, like, my brother and I were ranting about it yesterday about strategy guides, that, like, unless they get some inside scoop on the game from the developers, these people who do strategy guides must be, like, you know, neckbeard, no-life people. Like, how do they figure out these numbers and all these little details about how to do certain things? Like, I understand how to solve puzzles. It would take a while, but I could eventually do it. But certain things, like the item creation, how the hell do you try to memorize all these numbers and figure out that with this inventor, put in this much money, and this, like, no.
What? An attack from behind?
Let's get out of here. I don't like this one bit.
Please. Because, I mean, think about this. Every item has a very specific item value. Or, the EVA, the evaluation level, right? So, I understand that being able to be written down in a book, because you're bound to stumble across random things every now and then. Fine. How do you tell somebody, yeah, you gotta spend exactly 37 gold coins with Fate as your inventor to get yourself the freaking, I don't know, whatever, the armor, right? How do you tell somebody that and just be certain you're doing it, you know? Like, there's always room for error, but these people who do the strategy guides for very big games, honestly, they're the MVPs here. We're sitting here they're just like, again, I'm really hoping they have insight from the freaking developers, otherwise I feel bad for them. Because, I mean, I've showed this off once before, but in case you haven't seen it, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-page, 5-page, 7 sides, because there's only 2 on this side instead of all 10 sides. You know, 5 plus 2. There's 7 sheets of just numerical value. I'm going to try to get it really close so you can see it. Like, these are all the items. It's like, oh yeah, it's backwards, of course, too. But yeah, it shows your inventors. Like, this one's the alchemy. It'll show you, like, oh yeah, Fate can't make this one, but he can make that one. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to do smithing, right? So, if I want to get the Assassin's Sickles being a weapon for Nell, right? The only people who can create it are Nell and Gratz. Now that I have Gratz, I can make the Assassin's Sickles. Because Nell didn't have a high enough smithing level on her own to make them. Thanks. But, let's go to, like, there's one in here. Oh, Vaneslay. Vaneslay being one of the best, if not the best, item-created weapon for Fate, right? Vaneslay has a base value of 400. The only 2 people who can make it are Gusto and Boyd. 2 inventors you get a lot later in the game. So, you expect me to just know that I can make this random weapon by putting in 400 coins with them just happening to be the people creating it? Yeah, that's my item inventory creation rant. However, on a positive, and it's not a rant, I'll do the event first.
Are you okay?
Yes, but we'd better get her to a doctor immediately.
Well, if it isn't Mirage.
Mirage?
Cliff, Fate. Reunited at last.
What have you been up to?
I've been tracking you down. It was easy enough with all the stories you left in your wake. I just arrived here, only to see this girl collapse in front of my eyes. We need to get her to a doctor, quick.
Is it that bad?
I'm afraid so.
Flowers? Amina!
What?
What is she doing here?
How should I know? We gotta get her help!
Take her to the inn, and I'll go summon the doctor.
Please, hurry!
She's stable at the moment, but her condition is still serious. For now, just make sure she gets plenty of rest.
Damn! Why'd she have to go and pull a thing like this?
Hey, keep it cool. You'll wake her up.
But...
I said relax. Do you think you beating up the walls will somehow help her get better?
The disease is in her lungs. If the eagle were operational, I think we could heal her.
Are you sure, Mirage?
It may be a small ship, but its medical facilities are better than anything on this rock.
Unfortunately, the impact destroyed most of the equipment, and the eagle's been heavily guarded ever since you two were taken away. The door's locked, so the soldiers can't get in, but unless we deal with them, neither can we.
That's the thing, isn't it? If we started raising a ruckus in the middle of their royal city, you could bet the Dragon Brigade will be on us in no time. And I don't think that Albel guy will take too kindly to us either.
But Amina, she's running out of time.
I know, but what can we do?
I'm sorry. We're running out of time ourselves. Her Majesty has summoned both of you.
Is something wrong?
You'll hear all the details inside the castle. It looks like Eriglyph's invasion has begun. Their troops are already approaching Arius. Not only that, we have information that indicates this time all three of Eriglyph's brigades are taking part in the battle.
Yay, all three.
Oh, man.
I think they are going to try and wipe us out before we can complete the Thunder Arrow. Duke Vox is commanding them.
So they're trying to end it all in a single blow.
It looks like that. At any rate, Dion will head to Arius with every completed weapon at our disposal. I don't know how much he'll be able to accomplish.
Dion?
Amina, you have to stay in bed.
Fate?
Don't worry about that. Why did you push yourself so hard?
Because my friend, an old man I know, told me I could find him here, in Aquios.
He's here?
Yes. The man said he works in the Royal Research Facility.
You did say that your friend is an engineer, but are you really sure he's in the lab?
I don't know, but when I heard, I just had to come.
And so you came all this way by yourself?
The Royal Research Facility. Does that ring a bell?
There's only one research lab in Aquios. Lady Elena's Runological Weapon Research Facility.
Really? If that's the case, I may have already met him. Amina, what's your friend's name?
His name is Dion.
What? Dion's your long-lost friend?
Do you know him? That means Dion. He's really here. I'm going to see him.
No, wait. You're sick. You have to stay here.
But...
Amina, you can't move in the state you're in. Look, I'll bring Dion here to see you.
Fate.
Amina, listen, I don't want you running around and collapsing again.
Okay.
Mirage, can you please stay by her side?
Yes. Leave her to me.
Yes, he is. He's still preparing the runological weapons they're going to take to Arius.
I'll be right back.
Alright, so that happened. Real quick though, I got myself a new controller. This new controller is so that I don't have to spend my time constantly at the bunny races. Anybody from Star Ocean till the end of time knows all about the bunny races. You essentially have to gamble on a bunny that takes, I want to say it's 2 laps around a track, or maybe it's 1 against a really long track, I don't remember, it took forever. You have to win 100 races. So, back in the PS2 days, the trick was get a turbo controller. PS4 days, these are our controllers. Third-party controllers don't really seem to do much, so what do? I looked online. I found what is called the, made by Hori, or Horai, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but whatever. It's called the Fighting Commander. Now this controller runs for about $50 to $60 online. It looks like this. There's a D-pad instead of, there's no analog, of course. It has a share and an options button, but it looks more like select and start from the original PS2. It has the direct, or the shape buttons, as I like to call them, but it also has the R1 and R2 buttons right here. So you can actually, like, do more, right? It's something, right? But what I like, if you look very carefully in backwards, it says Turbo. So, I tested it out on Clicker Heroes, the game that's all about pressing buttons over and over and over. I plugged in the controller, because it is, unfortunately, a wired controller. I plugged in the controller, I set the turbo to square, and it went off. And that means that if, you know, nobody's home or nobody's busy, I can actually just let it sit there on the bunny races while I go to work. While I go out and do some grocery shopping. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I can actually just let it do its thing. So, I'm really happy with that. And again, it was running for about $50 to $60 online. I found it on eBay, and for the first time ever, 1, I joined eBay, but 2, I actually gambled. I'll have to find Dion before I can do any of that. Darn it. Alright, so this part is actually going to be perfect length thereabouts because my Star Ocean videos are typically about 30 minutes long, so it's perfect.
I want you to take the completed runological weapons to Arius by wagon. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Dion! We received the copper. Thank you very much. Dion, I've heard about what Eriglyph is doing. It's unfortunate that we won't have time to use the copper that you worked so hard to get for us. But there's no time for regrets. I have to take all of the usable runological weapons to Arius.
No! Who cares about that now? It's not that!
Huh? What do you mean, who cares about that?
Dion, do you remember someone named Amina?
Amina? How do you know that name? Did someone tell you? How embarrassing.
So you do know her?
Amina was the name of a childhood friend of mine. I haven't seen her in years. My, that brings back the memories. I wonder how she's doing.
So it is you. Come with me a minute.
Wait a second, what's going on? I can't leave my work now. How do you know about her anyway?
Your childhood friend Amina is here in Aquios. She came to see you.
What? No. She lost her folks in the war and went to live with relatives in Eriglyph. How could... She can't be an Aqueos.
I'm telling the truth. Please. I know you're really busy, but please come.
Okay. Okay, where is she?
She's at the inn. Will you see her?
Of course I will. I've missed her.
Let's go. This is the room. Amina's in here.
What is it? Let's go in.
I have to tell you something first.
What?
She's suffering from a serious disease. That's why she couldn't go see you.
What? Amina's sick. She was never the most energetic girl, but...
You are her only strength now. The thought of seeing you again is all that keeps her going. I don't know if it's my place to say this, but please, take care of her.
I understand. She means a lot to me, too.
See, they say childhood friend, but did they mean crush? Because honestly, this seems way more like a long-lost love or something than a childhood friend.
Amina! That's right, Amina. It's me. It's Dion. Oh, you look so thin.
I'm so happy. Dion, my dear. I missed you so much. I've been working on my wishing charm every day. Every single day.
See, I've missed you so much, my Dion.
Don't cry. It's all right now. I'm here.
All right, give me the dirt. Where do we stand on the battlefront?
I'll be honest with you. It's pretty bad. The enemy forces have already swept past Kurlsaw, and they have established a front by the national border close to Arius. I also have reports that indicate that this is the largest force they've ever fielded.
That's not good. The enemy's serious this time. Vox is spearheading the attack, right? And all 3 Eriglyph brigades are participating?
Yes, but apparently Albel the Wicked is not participating in this operation.
Is that so?
The reports indicate as much. There is a possibility that the events at the Becquerel mines are somehow related.
Ah, makes sense. Well, whatever. We'll take on whoever they throw at us.
I'm sorry. I didn't bring you two all this way to help fight our war.
Now you tell me. Don't worry. Being here was all...
No, our leadership is counting on you, whether they come out and say it or not. Have no doubt, you will be a vital part of our defense.
Well, it's not like I could just let things go their merry way now. In for a penny, in for a pound. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You weren't listening, were you? What's on your mind?
What do you think?
It's just... watching Dion and Amina, I couldn't help but remember Sophia. I wonder what she's doing right now. And then there's my dad. I just hope everyone's safe.
It's not really my place to say this, but I'm truly sorry. Sorry for keeping you here so long. I know you want to go help your father.
Don't worry about that. It's not like I have a way to get to him now anyway. It was just bothering me.
I said this before, but worrying won't help. You have to focus. Do what you can now.
You're right. All I can do is help this country, and figure out how we're going to survive this.
That's right.
So, what do you want me to do? I can fight if you want me to.
Ah, yes. What do you want her to do? She's a great fighter, like I told you before.
Yeah, so let's recruit her.
I think I'd like her to stay with Amina.
No.
I guess you're right. No sense getting her involved now. Mirage, you okay with that?
Fine.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Are you ready?
Yes. And we've no time to spare. I'm looking forward to having time to chat with Amina once the war's done.
That's right. Another good reason to win this war.
Yes, we'll win this one. I promised Amina we would.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Dion, hurry up and finish your preparations. We'll go on ahead to Arius.
Okay.
Did I miss the chance to get a Dre? Or do I go to a Dre now? Because if I miss the chance to go see a Dre, I'm gonna be bummed. %, honest, I might actually reload and just do it again if I don't get to meet a Dre. Yes.
I made it on time. I'm back!
Huh?
You? It's been a long time, Andre. Were you off on some mission in distant lands?
You can say that again. I was investigating an island nation off the northern coast of Gate. Makes me wonder how important it is to investigate places so remote. They aren't even shown on the map.
You're back much earlier than I expected. Did you complete your investigations? We have reports that there was a new king in that land last year. And we also heard that the younger brother of the previous king has come to Gate. This situation warrants...
Shut up, Lascelles. Warriors should always be sent to where their country needs them the most, right?
Hey, Nell. Who the heck is that guy?
That's Adre Lasbard. He used to be the leader of the Shield Legion and was also in the Crimson Blade. He's one of the best swordsmen and engineers Aquaria has ever known over the course of its long history. Although he's not the man he once was, even now, there are many who think he's still the best fighter in the entire kingdom.
Wow. Wait a second, did you say Lasbard? Does that mean...
Yes, he's Claire's father. Can't you see the resemblance?
Honestly, no.
That's what everyone says. So, what are you going to do? Looks like Adre really wants to come along with us.
What?
You've seen how he is. If you're planning on saying no, you'll have to think of a really smooth way to say it.
Ah, you must be Fate. I'm Adre. I've heard all about you. Let's work together to drive out those Aryglyph weasels.
Duh.
Let's fight together to protect this great land of Aquaria.
Indeed. Good answer. I bet I can trust you to watch my back.
Woo! And he's a higher level. I'll take it. Alright, so thank you all for watching, or not watching, that's alright too. This has been Star Ocean Till the End of Time, or Star Ocean 3, Part 20. Thank you very much for chilling with Chillman, and peace out.